Hi, I just put online a video how to update a machine that hasn't been updated in a month's time and explained a lot more than just updating. So this is the same system and it's around 2600. We could have a look if you want to. Quickly have ArcoLinux YouTube, something like that, YouTube, and see. To this one, then go to the channel, stop the advertisement, and then go to the channel. And the very last one, stop, is this one. So 2636. That's the system I'm on. Making more videos for which system is this? This is the system of ALCI, ArcoLinux Calamares installer. So that's the ALCI.online website. And everything started with knowledge. ArcoLinux ISO.com. We have the knowledge to create ISOs. Why not combine ArcoLinux with Calamares installer? So keep it as pure as possible. And both of these projects have purity in mind. So keeping as close as possible to an ArcoLinux experience, not having a system afterwards that is full-fledged desktop. It's not the point. The point is you make a full-fledged desktop with these two tools. So ALCI has moved to its proper and its own website, and that's this one. So we'll make a new article. Everything is explained already, but from time to time, right, of course, ArcoLinux gets my priority, and the most time is allotted to Calamares and to ArcoLinux. But if there is time, I'll do ALCI and AA. Also to learn, that's the best tip I can give you. Don't stick to one thing. Take many things, compare, that's the tip. And this is basically what we do always, to compare. And that's a way to not stand still, not to freeze and not get knowledge anymore. So what do I need to do? This is the ISO pure for ALCI, of the SSD for ALCI, and ALCI has all kinds of GitHubs. Everything is as usual, everything is online. So what I have, you have, simple as that. And if we want to push, if you want to see if that's correct what I'm saying, I'm just going to push everything to the net. Test push is often a text I use, and then, well, we need to log in and all that. But the thing is, it's been a while, meaning that the repo should be looked at. That's one thing. Now our own configuration, that's the fun. I never do the configuration of Calamares is separate. So if nothing changes there, this is the most stable kind of package. What does change is the Calamares installer itself. So we have a dev installer, right? And we have a Calamares, so dev is development. We have a dev installer just to play around. So that's the first one I'll build and see if it works, build, try, and then we can say, okay, it works, and then we can build exactly the same thing, basically, as ALCI Calamares. For the rest, there is maybe a Celtic keyring we need to update. Downgrade maybe as package. This has never changed in years, and Sublime Text probably. But that's all minor. That's all minor, right? If you install Sublime Text and then you come into your system and you need to update it, you just update it. So the reference doesn't matter. The only really thing I should make a video about is the Calamares installer, because that one gets improved. Every single time, every single release, it's better. You're serious about building ISOs, you go to github.com/calamares/calamares, enter. Sign in, make an account, so you can actually say, I want to get notifications. I see every single post that is being posted on here. Every single issue passes my eyes, right? And we do tend to try and help by testing, by giving information, and so on and so on. So this is the place to be. What else? Calamares here, and then the Calamares IO website. So we are at this point in time at version 51. What do I have? I have version 49. Okay, so I need to update my Calamares. That's the topic. That's what's essential. And if you're becoming a developer or a maintainer of ISOs and all that, it's up to you to make priorities. Do I want that? Will I do that? It is really, nobody's gonna say what you need to do, right? So Calamares is one of the things that you keep an eye on, and of course you go read it. So latest news, read everything that's released, read more. I hope there are other stuff, older stuff, but I don't seem to see them. So basically it's 4 releases back or 3 releases back, and that's it. I don't know if we can get more, but of course read every release, every text that comes out. Why? What's happening? What did we do? What to change? Do we need to change something? And that's one thing. What I have already done, well, I can show you it again. So go back, no, not go back. This guy, Calamares, that's the link, or that's the link. Then you go to, what I would do is put it in documents, right? Put it in documents. I'll do just a show. Git clone that. Okay, boom, it's there. Now, this is a machine I haven't touched for a month, right? SSD hasn't touched for a month. Control C, stop. So what I do is Calamares. This is an old Calamares from a month ago. And the only thing you need to do after a git clone, wow, is a git pull. Then you see all the differences. And as you see, there are quite a few differences. All of this changed. All these files changed. So the longer you wait to update your Calamares, the more work you get. In the meantime, there are all these releases. Okay. So a lot has changed. A lot has changed. What do I need to do? What do I need to check? I'm putting them next to each other. First the dev, right? We're gonna play with the development version first. ALCI, that's the configuration, conf for BetaRFS, conf, dev, config, 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 no, 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 no. Where are you, Calamares? Missing it. Where did I put it? You see, it has been a while, right? It has been a while ago since I took a look at all that. Here is Calamares, and here's the Calamares dev. Okay, we found it. Structure. So this is the way of to build the Calamares. It's all online, right? So you have to, well, it's easier to see it like this. You have to look at the versions, and maybe I could get rid of some versions, but it's educational, so I'll leave them. Control C, Control V. I make a copy. That's all I did, and I'm in the folder of ALCI Calamares dev. Okay, this is no good. Copy one. I want to go to, what was it, 51? Let's check. Latest version R2 32 51. Okay, 32 51. Double click. What's this? This is not mine, I think. We can compare later. First this 51, and this is mine. So this is the number from Calamares. 3.251, 3.251, check, and my version. And if it did something wrong, I'll do a next build. 2, 3, 4. Don't keep the number. Pacman doesn't like you to keep the same number, so always up the number. 1, 2, 3, 4 each build. Save. Now, of course, maybe you've seen it here in line 27, 28, 29, 30 is a checksum. Now it would be very strange that it has the same checksum for a new version, right? Now before I go building and all that, let's see 3 versions back and compare. This thing here, what is that thing doing there? That's just a leftover from previous builds. Don't want to see the same. This is the difference. The only difference is numbering up till now, right? Okay. Now I tell them to update these numbers, these strange lines there. So remember 86B. Update the package sums, please. He's downloading the package, he's calculating all kinds of things, and click 30EB3E. So the first line is different, and all the rest is the same. Calamares desktop, Calamares poll kit, 49, no password, Calamares rules. Okay, nothing changed there. No need to do anything here, but build it. That's all I need to do, build it. So make me the package, please. And you see there is something here to install some more packages, but -S and you will install any package you need to build it. So that's that. Thank you, Philip Manjaro, right, to provide all the code years ago. So now we have something nice. So that's that. But you would think the work is done. No, right? Buy and buy, do your job. This is the Calamares GitHub. Here is basically read it all. Basically read it all. And then the source, the modules. What did I do? What choices did I make in ALCI? That's probably going to be different in Kali and in ArcoLinux. And it is really up to you to figure it out, to read it. I've never had help of everybody. You have tutorials, ArcoLinuxISO.com, Kali, you have ALCI.online. So there's so much out there, and go read. Let's start with the dev, ALCI Calamares config dev. So I'm gonna build an ISO later on called ALCI dev with the Calamares dev, with ALCI Calamares dev, and then we can move on from there because we can compare. Right mouse click, right, melt, just 3 of course. So this one, that one, settings. Did anything change in the settings? .conf, file comparison. This is mine. Mine is to the right. His is to the left. You have to make things like that. You have to make rules like that. This is Calamares. Left Calamares. Right me. Compare. Make it big. Control F. Well, it doesn't work. Yeah. Super F I'm pressing. I'm so used to left WM. Okay. So what do we have? We have some dummy things. Yeah, I've got rid of the dummy things. And if you say, I want to have the same thing, sure, then you will put the dummies back in. But basically, well, they're not needed, right? But it's easy to compare, otherwise it will be a blue line, well, a green line. So Lux boot, Dracut is not for us, and Plymouth we don't want. Remove user is here. I believe we put remove user and ArcoLinux more to the bottom. So this is a timeline, right? From top to bottom. It does all these things from top to bottom. So if you are doing some kind of script somewhere, you have to think about it. You might install something that's later on removed, something like that, right? So we have a shell process at the very, very end, just before the unmount. We say, do this quickly, right? So the timing, where you put it, matters. So all the rest seems like it's the same. And this is how we proceed. We can actually do it like this again. Modules. Now we go to the modules. Source, modules, finished, is alphabetically. Yeah, it's alphabetically. Finished, 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 finish.conf, and finish.conf. Difference, user checked, restart now mode. So there is a checkbox that's now on, and here it's unchecked, and here it's checked. So you can immediately restart, and that's basically it, right? That's it. Okay, fine, we keep as is. Finished is finished. And then we go to initcpio.conf, like so. Initcpio.conf, I think it's this one. Okay. A lot of text, but text is okay. So the hashtags doesn't matter, but for next time around, we get the text in, so we don't see it. This is new, it has been removed. So doing it like this, basically, and that's the thing, right? That's the thing you have to keep in mind. Nothing changed. I did not change anything. The only thing that matters is kernel Linux, and beyond save is false. Nothing really matters. It's just text that I've changed. Okay, where were we in here? Packages. Oops, wait. First file comparison, then packages. Go to packages, 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 packages. Compare. Yeah, of course we're not dummy. We're Pacman. Update database false or true choices. But for the rest, these are our choices. This is just an example, so we don't need to get that. So nothing changed. Ouch, I shouldn't do that. It takes me more work to set everything up again. Partition, 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 partition.conf. Compare. So available types, I've included more types. I could include less types. If I say x3 is no longer necessary, it's old. Let's take x4. All right, then it's like this. And for the rest, everything is the same. Okay. Oh, did it again. Click, click, and up. Remove user. Probably not changed, but okay. Let's go through the motions as you would, as you need. So live user, that's the only difference. Shell process you can't compare because, yeah, you can of course, but it's your thing, right? You've created shell process for a reason. Timeout a little bit longer, and these are my lines. Remove this, remove that. Unpack file system. We're looking at new code, new configurations that we should add. That's what's in our minds. Users. Users.conf. rfkill I've added. These are all the passwords things that I don't really like. Allow weak passwords, default true. I do like my first name as password, and otherwise I've got a problem. Minimum length and all that, blah blah blah. If you want a very difficult password, use it. I'm not gonna restrict you. Welcome. 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 Bigger. So, I'm not saying the support URL, I don't want to show you that, don't want to show this, don't want to show that. False, false, false. And all the rest is basically the same. So, we're safe. Well, safe-ish. That's the things I've used. And I guess if we compare, and we can compare immediately with, for instance, these three guys. Well, let's take one. Compare. These are the things we've changed now. Some text, some other text. Kernel Linux hardened. Of course, I can't change that. That's just a choice. Linux config hardened. Then I say not Linux, but Linux hardened. And this is text. So it is not really copy paste. It is thinking all the time. The brain needs to work, because here we need to remove the Linux kernel in the end to keep the Linux hardened. And here we have the Linux hardened name and not Linux. So those are the differences, and those are readmes and GitHub. That's not important. Voila. So now, in short, we've seen what we've done. It's a quick way to definitely have a look from what did we now change. Compare. Always compare, compare, compare. But we do need to read latest news. Adrian has been talking about things that we should do. There is one important replacement. Distributions are specifically reminded to update the umount module configuration to use preserve files if needed. Preserve files. What's that? Preserve files. Is it a module? Oh yeah, it's a module. I don't have preserve files. No, I don't. And what's in here? YAML, CPU, conf. Let's see at the conf. What's the conf? What's in here? Use Perl to read. It's close to where you are with your mouse. And then you read all the texts. What it wants to do is copy paste the log file of Calamares, so the issues or the things or whatever is going on. You can ask the user, can you share the Calamares log file, so I can investigate if there were issues, if there was no internet, or there was a typo somewhere, right? You want to install an application and the user says it didn't get installed. There was just a typo, or there was no internet or something like that. It can be found in the log. And the JSON file is all the variables that you select. Everything you touch is in the JSON file. Okay, so this needs to be there. Now, Eric has been testing this out, of course, and I'm not gonna figure it out again. I'm just gonna read. What did I do in ArcoLinux again? Let me see, that's the wrong page. What I need to go to is Arco Calamares. Yes, that's it. Arco D Calamares config. This one, for example. Calamares modules. There it is. I've got a lot more. Preserve files. This is my code, raw. This is my code. Control C. Go grab my code. Control V. I don't need to do it again, right? Figure it out all over again. So this is what I like. This is how I would like my permissions to be. And voilà, choices. save. So that's one thing we should keep in mind. There will be new things. So that's taken care of. The umount module has been written. I don't know. Do we have a umount module? No, we don't have a umount. Is there a umount module? Should I have a umount module? Umount. Here it is. Read anything that's available. That's this. Not using it. Last part of the installation, unmounted partition used to install. After this, no regular notify. True. Emergency is false. We don't change it. Okay. Choice. Emergency false. So if that's maybe something that's not obvious to all. If I don't put a umount.conf in here, it will just use the default umount, just this one. So this guy is somewhere later on in our user, lib, and so on, and it will be read from there. But if you want to change something, if you want to, well, choose your own options, that's why we have these things, right? We're overwriting the default guys. Just making sure you knew that. Okay, nothing to do here for us. How about the true 3250? He has been saying it to us for a while, right? Preserve files should be in there. Oh, look at that. Who's that? Swap, partition, next time. So XFS, so always improvements, right? If you want to have a file system, XFS rather than X4. Okay, I probably can do back, I don't know. Okay, I can do back. This is a hotfix. Okay, from our guy. Spin-off from ArcoLinux. Let's see, back off. This is how we can do backup, I think. So I read all this, right? So should you. Supports BTRF subvolumes. It's getting better and better and better. Now we were using 4.9, so I'm reading, but you sometimes can forget some things, right? So a lot of work on BTRFS and swap file. And just keep aware of what's going on. But like I said, the best thing is just take one spoon at a time. Every release, go check what's new, and then it isn't work like I have to read 10 releases. Okay, I don't think there is anything else. Maybe I should check here. If there is something in here I should use or change or anything. Manager, fast tab. We could do this one, I guess. FS tab, telling you the definitions for ButterFS, mount options. That's something we could add. But we don't want to make a copy paste off, right? But go check and see if there are things in here that you say, what's Eric doing, right? These are all the ButterFS choices we've made. And it's up to you to make your own decisions. These are all net install stuff, so click if there is internet, and if you want it, it's gonna install a certain kernel or SDM or LI or stuff like that, or any multimedia software. It's all software. Here's our preserve files. We do a shell process before and a shell process final. in ALCI just the final. So it really depends of how every piece of the puzzle comes together, and then you decide. So like I said, it's not a goal to make a copy paste. That's not the intention. But preserve files is a good catch. We need to have that one there. That's nice to see the log files. That said, I think we can make a push, which means that I need to push it online. And I wonder how I did it. Preserve files is the main thing we did. Voila. So let me set up my passwords and I come back. So I've pushed that online, and then we go to this one, that look and that look better, and that one can go. Right, now what we have done, if we've pushed our code online, and I've already took a look already quickly at Hardened again, so I've copy pasted preserve files already over. So that's the difference to these two guys now. The Linux kernel. So this still looks all okay. If you want to see the difference again, this is what we did. We've added preserve files, copy to the left. Partition.conf default system beta-RFS ext4 true, don't change anything. And it's CPIO just text that changed, fine, we change with it, and text that's gone, and some more text, and we update our systems like this. Now building, right? We need to let them build. We can still do this later on. We need to test this out. Is the ISO, the Calamares, is that been built? Here it is. Calamares dev, where are you again? ALCI, it was in the package build, that we have Calamares, that we have dev, and then we have the latest version. This one can go, that one can go. The rules stay, this stays, that can go. This needs to be on the repo. So cut. Needs to go to the local repo, not, but the online repo. In here, Control V. So there is this guy and that guy. And with running the script, it's gonna update it to the internet. That's not it. Like so. He's removing the old one. I don't need to manually do anything. The old one is gone. Where are you? And the new guy is there. So 4.9. And then later on, let's see if it's gone. Here he is. ALCI Calamares dev. The one from 0217. So that's correct. And in the meantime, press space. And then you at the end, and here you check your work, right? Rename ALCI dev 49 to the 51. Okay, check, and it's there. It's online. Now I know already with GitHub I have to wait a little bit before it kicks in, but I can set everything up already. ALCI ISO dev. That's basically telling in the Arch ISO use the package dev. Use ALCI Calamares dev and use ALCI Calamares config dev. So it's all set, don't need to do anything, it's just run the thing. And run the thing, like I said, I wait a little bit, and then later on we'll run number 40 and it builds our ISO. Now we test it out. In the meantime, while I wait for it, there's always work to do. There's always work to do. ALCI. So this guy is the good guy. Thumb, bum, up, and off we go. Remember that the good one is here, but you see it of course with the preserve files. That's extra. Copy to the left, to the right, to the left. Don't make the mistake, right? Left, right. I know. And this is X4. That's okay. And here we got some text, basically. Text, text, text. But make sure you don't delete something crucial, like line 16. That's the same. And later on we push them all online. So these guys have been done. That one is done as well. So this is the reference. And now we compare some more. Compare. Preserve files is now, the good one is now to the left. So copy to the right. Copy to the right. That's done. What's this difference? That's text. This is still text. This is text that needs to go. This is text. And some more text. Okay. Now this is the Linux LTS kernel, which means up here you can see where you are. LTS, and that's the pure. So that's also Linux. Okay, check, save. That's the only difference it should have. Packages. We are removing SDDM from the pure. This is the intention to have a pure arch in the end, the black screen basically. And then you type LTM or LightTM or SDDM or GDM or really start from scratch basically. So even bash completion, DEX, all of it, anything that's not supposed to be there is gone. That's the idea. Maybe we should add more, I don't know. You can always help or make suggestions. Shell process is the pure arch that we need to remove. So that's the difference. So in the shell process there, maybe worthwhile to have a look again. Here I do more. I have a script that says go run ALCI, make a pure arch. In that particular bash script, I can say remove this, remove that, remove this, remove that, do this, make a folder, that. Anything I like to do, I can do in a script at the end, more or less, probably. Shell process, yeah, that was at the very end. So, just so you know, interesting. Unpack file system. The difference here is here the LTS. So it's all good. We've checked everything. I do have a doubt, and that's human, that's only human. What I often do is refresh and go again. Because of late hours or early mornings, you can't have typos. That's a lost, it's just lost time, and it's just such a waste. Zen and def, and I think we can start building it already. While we do this, we say go build. We check if it's working. Do Control-C first. We have this red thing, and this red thing is just a message to people that we have an Arch ISO version, and that the Arch ISO version is working with 61. I know that. So I changed the number there, 30, and also this one to, where are you? 61. Now I have a script to do this easy, not manually. Just showing you this, that's simple. Well, the red thing is gone. It says now 61 is the same as 61, so no red. And otherwise, you make you aware, hey, you're using a script, you're using a GitHub that was written for Arch ISO 60 or 59 or 58, and things will have changed maybe. So you're aware of that at least. Where is my Calamares, right? Where is my Calamares? Lots of packages. Oh, the super F really is left WM in my fingers. So what I do is check. It makes no sense to build an ISO if it's the wrong Calamares, right? If the name is not okay, then I need to change it. So I'm gonna look for the package. Is it 51? Here are the ALCI guys. Okay. It's good that it happens. Some of you might think now, Eric, you forgot to do something. Control C, super shortcut, right? What we've done is we've changed all the configurations of Calamares, never pushed them online, and never created them. Yes. Push to all ALCI Calamares config kits looks like a good script to get them all online. What we changed is preserve files. Let's get all of them online in one go. Everything will be built and everything will be updated, and then we build the ISO. It is really domino, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3. There needs to be a procedure in your head, and yeah. As you see, you can sometimes forget the procedure and say, why is it happening? Oh, I forgot to build all ALCI Calamares config sh. Build all ALCI Calamares config sh. What number should I take? Well, what I do in ArcoLinux is the following. Install rip grep. Then you can use rgrel. So the latest releases I've made, package release is 1, 3, and so on. And there's the same, yeah, here it's better. Here you see my release number, 15, but there's 121, but that's the DWM, that's something else. So 15, okay. Rel and ver. Ver is version. And probably now we know it's at the top, like way at the top. Here it is. Ooh, that's really an old one, right? 2112. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what I fill in here, because Control C, because it's anyway new. Gift package would be 22 today, 02 and 1. So that's up to date as well. Kind of like seeing that as well here. Give the package version number. So it's the year, the month, stop. And then the package release number, 01, never 1, 2, 3, 9. Trust me, 01. Enter. Yes. And that's it. And then it's gonna download all the packages that we just pushed online. It's gonna build it. And I hope it's gonna move it. Not sure. It's been a while. Let's see if he moves it as well. He's gonna build everything. He's gonna move the package to the repo and then remove everything that is available there. We're safe. So everything is going to go in here. Let's see the numbers. Voila. Pure is now created, Zen is now created, and done. So the thing is done. We need to update it again. Pushing the new stuff online. The old stuff will be removed automatically. And here we see the proof. We rename 21, 12, 15, 22, 02, 01. Since I know I have to wait, maybe we can do something else. In the meantime, I don't see any urgent package that I need to quickly build or anything like that. Maybe there's something else I can show you. Something very strange maybe to people. Sudo pacman -s sublime text 4. Super shift enter. computer, file system, user, share, no Eric, var, cache, pacman, packages, Sublime text. There he is. Control C. Control V. I've got myself a version 4113 is the old one, and this is version 4126. I've got myself a new Sublime text. Yep. Maybe you didn't know. That's possible. For the rest, all the rest I think it's not really, doesn't really matter. Celtic, you know, the Celtic keys are probably updated. This one. Do we have a new spices thing? I wonder if we have a new spices application. This seems like an old one. Let's see. ArcoLinux.info, guys, the website for all the information. Oh, what am I typing? The website for all the information. It contains on the first page everything you, well, not everything, the tools that we have, and it's ArcoLinux Spices application. Let's see at the number. Do we see a number somewhere? We do not. Download, open files. Oh, what did I do? Show file folder 2107. Control X, Control X, and then Control V. Yep, that's an old one. Now we have a new one. The Celtic keyring. Well, we went to var log. Could we get it there as well? Var cache, yeah, var cache, pacman, packages, and then how is it called? With a C, chaotic keyring, and the mirror list. These are the up-to-date things. There are always two things, right? Well, not in ALCI. We didn't want to create any keyrings because keys are an issue on Arch. They are an issue, and creating one for your own distribution is explained on Carly. Maybe you should think about not doing it, right? So we need the keyring anyway if we want to use Celtic. So Control C, the keyring is who are you, and the mirror list is where is everything. Control C, Control V. There is something that's exactly still the same. So the mirror list is still the same, but not the keyring. So that's an old one. Yeah, 2021 and 22. And this one actually can go. I see Celtic there. Yeah, okay, good. The CKB comp is something I'm not. It's the same, 1207. Downgrades, do we have downgrade here available? So I don't need to build all that. It's just copy paste basically. But yeah, you can build it, no problem. If you want to build, build. Delete. Easy peasy. And well, update. So all the build files are there, package build. There are in here CPK comp, build it, make package. There are here. Not everything is here, I see, but a few of them. Well, up to date again. Let's try and build our thing. So you see the video is already 49 minutes. It is always time consuming, whatever you do, whatever you touch, whatever you want as ambitions. It is always time. Even if you have the knowledge, it is time consuming. I often do it like this and like that. Then I still know visually I was building there something, because on left of them we have 9 desktops and they're all filled in the end, in the evening, right? And I still know this look. Oh yeah, I built an ISO. So, whoop, let's go back. CBK comp, ALCI IDM Nemesis, Chaotic Keyring, yeah, ArcoLinux mirror lists and open swap, Chaotic mirror lists. Here we are with the 51 and our own ALCI Calamares config dev. So, and then it's up. Then we know that the packages are the new packages. And then we wait. He's installing everything. What you can do, not as a matter of every single time you need to do that, but go check the differences that they provide. Group pack new and JShadow pack new and stuff like that. Oh yeah, one of the things we could add in here as well is the change they've made. etc. Did we do that here as well? That was no, it's not in here. I did a different approach, I guess. Or was it here? Here it was. Here it was. So that's new. Not that it matters really, not for the moment, but it might be important in the future. I don't know. But for now, both are supported. And always check your work. Always check your work. So we've changed the number here, we've changed this there, we've changed this there, and then last time we did this and we did that, and last time we did this and we did that, etc. Follow. This is basically something I also can do on Calamares. There are times I'll just go in here and do it like this. And read. So Adrian in Dutch, Adrian did this, then he did this, then he did this. And even if you don't know what's going on, the title often says something. Avoid warnings about KPM core headers. And okay, then you know, voila, good. The C code in the project is now formatted with Clang format 12 or 13. Okay, fine, thanks. And so on. You can keep on reading and reading and reading. It will make more sense later. After, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years, 20 years. But just keep reading. That's the tip I want to tell you. Yep. Good. Go back, go back. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So we've got now the old thing that I've done here, not here, not there, not there. Compare. G wheel. So that to the left, that to the right. Great. Done. Save. There are other differences. Oh yeah, true. So learn from melt. Why did we do this? Because we want to include ArcoLinux repo. Why this? It's hardened. We don't include the repos. Choices. You can include more repos. There are hundreds of repos on the ArcoLinux unofficial repository. Just Google the words ArcoLinux unofficial repository. You'll find hundreds. Can you trust them? Ah, that's something else. Maybe you're the kind of guy that says, I'll build my own packages. I trust myself. And you create your own repo. Voila, that's changed as well. Still building. Push to all ALCIs, push to all ALCI ISOs. So I guess number 5 is good for me. So now you have it too. In the meantime, the ISO is finished. Maybe we'd better stop the video here. It's already 55 minutes and launch VirtualBox.